Why the rush left with nothing? 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 Agitated illusion, only built for confusion. The institution, modern day execution. Think I know the solution. Maybe not should I do it? Just put it in the music. Just put it in the music. Someone put me out 'cause I'm on fire. I can't give up about what they say. They've been searching for that thing to get them higher.
Today, from Hard Rock Stadium in Miami, Florida, it's week 2 of the NFL on EA Sports.
The first game's out of the way. Time to buckle down for the long season ahead, and we're off in week 2. Here's the all-pro returner from 2018, Andre Roberts. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. For the Buffalo offense coming out, and it is Josh Allen who is at the helm.
Well, what do we ask about players in this league? We ask them to improve from year to year, and Josh Allen did exactly that from his rookie year to year number 2. Doubled his touchdown passes from 10 to 20. One of the better running quarterbacks in the league, had 9 touchdown runs. That gives him 17 in his first 2 seasons. This guy gets better and better and absolutely loves the game of football.
And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. They'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at second down. So we'll look here at the key inactives, and we got this list before the game down on the field. And they tell us the same thing every time, don't they? Next man up.
No excuses. Be ready to play. That's the mantra of every organization. The key is having guys on the roster who are capable of filling in and playing at a high level. That's when you know you've drafted well, scouted free agents well, and stocked your team just the way you're supposed to.
And he's going to have a Bills first down as he'll get this up to about the 42. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling.
An 8-yard pickup. And the Bills first down.
Here's Allen on 1st and 10, eluding the pressure right. He'll run it. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Flushed out right. Out of the backfield, it's T.J. Yeldon. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and his accurate throw.
And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Christian Wilkins able to run him down for a loss of a yard. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
Dancing to his left. And he's able to find Diggs. And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Nice 3rd down conversion and even 20 yards. On first down, Allen into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 20, and he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Following the interception here, Fitzpatrick. He was looking for his tight end, Mike Gesicki, but it's going to be second down.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
Second down, looking to throw. Fitzpatrick over the middle, complete. That's Ford. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 15 yards on the play, first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Running out of the gun here, Breida. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Fitzpatrick from the gun on third down. And it's caught by Parker. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. A Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11.
Nice snag by Devontae Parker. While it took him 5 years in the league to have his first 1,000-yard season, he broke out in a big way. The former first-round pick had career highs across the board in 2019. In fact, his touchdown total for the year equaled his career total to date.
So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 42-yard line. From the shotgun, it's Fitzpatrick. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Fitzpatrick's a good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Really been an ideal start for them. They get the turnover on the opening possession. Now here they are moving the ball straight down the field on their first drive.
And that feels good, but you know on their side of the field, all they're thinking is finish this drive off because they took it away, right? So now you got them back on their heels a little bit. Now go down, put a touchdown on them. Look out. You've won the mental battle early in the game, and that may carry over for you.
Looking to throw again on second down. Fitzpatrick. A thrown to Parker, complete on the slant. 11 yards there, first down.
1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Fitzpatrick a give to Breida. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Tackle made there by Matt Milano. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
Working out of the gun, Fitzpatrick. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And the Dolphins are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. The Dolphin passing game rolling here. They've got another first down. They'll try to run with Breida, and he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Matt Breida, his first touchdown here of the new campaign, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. And nothing special there. They show they were going to run the football. They ran it. They got it in.
Like old-time football, right? Hey, this is exactly what we're going to do. Straight-ahead power, and they got it done.
And that makes it 7-0 Dolphins. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it was Matt Breida who had the touchdown run to put an end to it. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Their own 25-yard line.
A reminder, still some good games coming up here in Week 2 of the NFL. Later tonight, a rematch from that Super Bowl a few years back. New England visits Seattle up in the Northwest. And then on Monday night, we'll be there. The first regular season NFL game ever played in the state of Nevada. The New Orleans Saints and the Las Vegas Raiders from Allegiant Stadium. That should be something. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Well, as a lineman, they are trained. You've got to stay close to home. If you're more than a yard downfield, they're going to toss that flag, and they did there. On second down, here's a run with Singletary. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3.
The ball carrier.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
And he is going to have a Bills first down, I do believe. Yes, he's got it by about a yard there on 3rd and 3. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen being chased out left. And Beasley with it over the middle. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up second down. So the shotgun snap to Allen. He hits Beasley right side. He takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this second week of the regular season. 23 yards on the tuck and run.
First and goal at the 8.
Last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced the ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
A chance now to get even before the break as they come up first and goal. From the gun, it's Allen. And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. Second down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a third and goal. From the gun, Allen steps away, and he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. From 4 yards out, and the Bills are an extra point away from tying the football game. Bouncing back nicely from that bad opening drive where he threw the interception. Drive number 2 leads him right down the field and into the end zone.
So obviously his confidence was never lost, and that's a good thing to see. Great quality to have, and you absolutely must maintain that as a quarterback. But I have to think that they're probably still on the script that they prepared for this game. Just the second drive, they've worked on these plays all week in practice. Put them to good use on that one.
And this one through the uprights and good. So that drive, 80 yards, 9 plays. And it ends in a Buffalo touchdown. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Throwing again on second down. Fitzpatrick. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
Brings up third down and 3 yards to go.
From the gun, Fitzpatrick. And that is incomplete.
And this is what you want to see from a defense. Give up an opening drive touchdown, that's fine. But how about them going back out there, recommitting themselves to the task at hand, and forcing a 3 and out, and giving the ball back to their offense.
Here now Roberts. Nifty move. All told, a 54-yard punt, 13 on the return. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Josh Allen leads the offense out for their next possession. And he's been fun to watch run the football. We know he can pass, but using his legs effectively here in this one.
No doubt about it. Watch him maneuver in the pocket, out of the pocket, making the plays that he's making, which are breaking down the defense. I thought back to when we had our morning jog before the game, and I couldn't keep up with you. Those legs, they're valuable for his team.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And we're under a minute to go here in what's been an even first half, all tied up.
Yeah, still time to make something happen, too. A couple completions, you string them together, could get into field goal range. Let's see what happens.
And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away and it's second down. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Picked off by Bobby McCain. And they'll have the ball set up in the red zone at the 16-yard line. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
At the 16-yard line.
Operating from the gun, Fitzpatrick. And he'll go underneath here to Breida. And the Dolphins are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line. From the gun, Fitzpatrick. Toward the pylon, caught.
Fitzpatrick's pass.
And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. To throw again on 2nd down, Fitzpatrick. And that's going to be caught. Oh, one-handed grab there. He's got it for the touchdown.
Dolphins.
CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the 1st quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the 2nd. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
Sanders now to add the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it winds up in 6 points for the Dolphins.
Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
Andre Roberts now to return it. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10. At their own.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
You want the 3rd quarter already? No problem. Let's do it. The Dolphins in front, and they'll be in possession of the football first as the 2nd half gets started. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
Over 1st and 10 at their own.
So now the Dolphins set to take over on offense. They were losers to New England a week ago. Now they find themselves in the lead here as they start 1st and 10. Breida to get the 3rd quarter started. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
4-yard line.
They run again with Breida. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain that time, and it leaves them with 3rd and 11 coming up.
On the play. Leads to 3rd and 11.
On 3rd down, Fitzpatrick. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the 1st as the tackle is made at the 33.
When I see Mike Gesicki make a catch, I'm reminded of his athletic ability and go back to the time we were leading up to the draft and showing his career highlights, including high school volleyball, where it appeared he was almost jumping over the net. I expect him to continue to grow in 2020, start to make progress in 2019. 5 touchdown catches and 570 total yards.
To return is Roberts. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Bills will be backed up to start the drive. They'll have it 1st and 10. So here's the Bills offense now. They get ready for their first possession of the 2nd half. Singletary to get the drive started. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. And he is going to have a Bills first down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. A play fake to Singletary, and now it's Allen escaping the pressure right. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked out and incomplete. Cole Beasley the intended target, but it'll be second down.
Second and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Throwing again. Allen. It's hauled in by Lee Smith. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target. He didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius. Understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball. And puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away and it's second down.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion. You get the sense that they're saying, we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far. I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds the defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback, I've got to throw it. He bailed out the defense with that incompletion.
Good starting field position for the Dolphins as they have it 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. They'll start on the ground with Breida, and he's got it up over the 40 to the 41.
Number 22.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
It's a pickup of 6.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Breida. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 16 yards, a first down.
Run there by Matt Breida, and he spent the early part of his career in San Francisco, sharing the backfield and sharing the ball. What you really want with him, open space and make sure he's touching it, because he can take it from 0 to the end zone in a very short amount of time.
They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. On the delay, here's Breida. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that's going to lead to a 3rd down. To throw on 3rd down, Fitzpatrick. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Back now in Miami as we've got the final quarter upon us. We get ready to start the 4th. Here's Matt Hawk now as he's on to punt for Miami. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. This one will sail out of bounds. It'll depend on the spot here. And the side judge says that went out at the 7-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
And a healthy gain of 8 here. They double their workspace out to the 16. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. A shotgun handoff down to Yeldon. And they're able to bring him down at the 20.
Yeldon, the ball carrier.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and Give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
How many times have we seen this late in the fourth quarter? Because you know the pass rush is getting after him, and they get upfield, get that great push, and what do they create? Space, and he takes off.
Allen's throw into the hands of Brown. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
Pickup brings up 2nd and 2. At the 39-yard line.
On second down, here's Yeldon. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
The ball carrier.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
The ball carrier. He was brought down at the 45.
I know the game's changed. A lot of people would say it's evolved. Look, I'm a little bit Neanderthal, okay? I love this. No exotic formations, no misdirection. Just line up and run the darn ball, pick up the first down. I love it.
Yeah, 3rd and short. That's what you're supposed to do, like John Brown. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 54 yards. A looming decision to make on the conversion. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Buffalo taking it in from a yard out. And the Bills are an extra point away from tying the football game. Nice job of polishing off that drive, but all the credit there goes to that play prior.
Yeah, it certainly does, because after that big play, I think resistance almost felt futile at that point, didn't it? And the very next play, they come right back, quick, fast, and in a hurry, and put it in the end zone.
And no sweat. He puts it through, and we are tied here in the 4th.
14.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Dolphins offense now heads back on the field. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back. They'll begin the drive with Breida. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
At the 23, it's 2nd and 12. Operating from the gun, Fitzpatrick. He'll get this into the hands of Breida. All tied up, less than 2 minutes to go. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by the all-pro corner, Josh Norman. And he is going to score. It's a pick six and a Bills touchdown. In a tie game, 4th quarter, that's about as big of a defensive play as you can possibly make.
And it didn't happen by accident. That was scouting right there. They've seen things that have happened before. They knew in certain situations the type of plays they like to run, read it, and were able to go after the football, get it, and take it into the end zone for a touchdown for themselves.
It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they just had that pick six. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle. You know, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there. It's almost like hopping right back on the bike.
And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. The All-Pro corner, Tre'Davious White picks it off. Agreed, that's twice now in this fourth quarter.
As a quarterback, a lot of times you think it's all on you to make plays when you're losing. And here, the play's not there, but he throws it anyway.
Now the Bills offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just second down. Over the middle here to Brown. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. They'll try and run for this with Singletary. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on fourth down. Singletary, they'll run for it. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. And Allen is actually going to throw it here. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Kyle Van Noy. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8. Now a first carry for their fullback. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Incomplete. It's now fourth down.
So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. The kick by Bass is good.
The kick is good.
And that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10.
Dolphins 14.
So barring something extraordinary here in the closing stages, that field goal should just about put this one on ice.
Yeah, we've got to find 2 scores. So, you know, we're not going to exactly move it over there yet. It can be done, but, boy, it's going to be a little bit of a stretch for them, isn't it?
Yeah, they would have to move incredibly quick and have some luck, too.
25-yard line.
First down, Miami, as they get set to start the drive. They have a little bit of time left here, but this one not going to go their way.
And this is where, in this situation for me, you just go ahead and run out the clock, shake hands, congratulations, and move on. Because now you're not going to make up for what's happened during the game in this last sequence.
We'll see what they do here in this last sequence. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. One last shot now for Fitzpatrick. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. So it's a victory here for the Buffalo Bills. And it took a big fourth quarter to do it, but they were able to get the job done, and that's the bottom line.
No doubt about it. And let's face it, they had to be more than nervous in the fourth quarter. But a lot of that was their own doing. I think you observed during the game, their energy level just didn't seem to be there. But in the fourth quarter, somehow they dug deep and found that extra bit, right? That reserve tank. They hauled it out. Offense scored some.
Fall again and I put that on me. Yeah. take another L. Designer on me, this that new Chanel. Did that splash, did that drip. Yeah, champion, yeah, we here. Yeah, this the winning teams. 6 rings with a pinky ring. Everybody used to picking me, now I'm the one that they picking. Snakes out, they hit scene, but I can't hear when the crowd screams. Still balling like I always.
Start your week by installing your game plan.
Where the blood dinner just stay turned like, you know. I've been through that water like Olympic swimmers. Only bread and butter what we ate for dinner. So I had to dream it till the dream is bigger. Only want the gold, we don't need the silver. Gotta be number 1, number 2 never count. Used to have bubble guts competition, now point them out. Making my babies proud, wanna cop my mama a house. Coming straight out the south, got enough juice to end the drought. Yeah, I buy like 23. Won't fall again and I put that on me. Yeah. I feel away, my heart all on my sleeve. Yeah. That's why I had to put my wrist on freeze. Come for the win, can't take another L. Designer on me, this that new Chanel.
Today, from Orchard Park, New York, it's week 3 of the NFL on EA Sports.
There's a look at Bills Stadium here at Orchard Park, New York. Today, it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store between the Los Angeles Rams and the Buffalo Bills. The final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Rams ready to take over on offense, and they will do so behind the first overall pick in the 2016 draft. Now he's in season number 5 out of Cal. It's Jared Goff.
Well, it's not unusual for a team to have a little bit of a letdown after appearing in the Super Bowl. And the Rams had that Super Bowl letdown after their loss in Super Bowl 53 to New England. But it might surprise people that quarterback Jared Goff still finished 3rd in the NFL in passing yards at better than 4,600. They just want to see him cut down on the number of interceptions he threw last year. And they think the Rams can elevate their offense yet again.
Now a dump off here complete, and they're able to get this one across the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backs out of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody cut. Oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down, L.A.
A gain of 12. First down, Rams.
Back to throw. Goff. That's into the hands of Reynolds. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. So a look here at the key inactives, and we got this list before the game down on the field. They tell us the same thing every time, don't they? Next man up.
No excuses. Be ready to play. That's the mantra of every organization. The key is having guys on the roster who are capable of filling in and playing at a high level. That's when you know you've drafted well, scouted free agents well, and stocked your team just the way you're supposed to.
Here's the first carry of the game for Cam Akers. And he is going to have a Rams first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 1. It's a gain of 3, and it gets him the first.
First down.
There's Goff. Open man, Higbee, the tight end. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. It's a gain of 15, and the Rams have a first down. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. On first down, Goff. Quick hitter here, it's complete. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
Brings up second.
The numbers for Woods last week, 6 catches, 64 yards.
And they think they have a matchup advantage in this one. They're going to try and find some space for him to work and make sure he touches the football.
And just a couple yards there down to the 17.
Akers, the ball carrier.
A tough run there for Cam Akers, the rookie out of Florida State. And while he had some experience in that while in college, remember the Rams' offensive line was inconsistent last year too. They're trying to get better. But while he was in college, oftentimes he would hesitate maybe a little bit too long behind the line of scrimmage, looking for the big run. Here in the NFL, put your foot in the ground, get your shoulders down, and get what you can.
Los Angeles.
They'll run on first down with Akers. He'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3. From 3 yards on that last carry, here's 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
From the gun, here's Gone. The quick slant caught. And the Rams are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line. A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door, 1st and goal. They'll try and run it in with Brown. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. Malcolm Brown, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Rams take it right down and score on the opening drive. Quite the drive there to get things started. They took up the bulk of the first quarter, and they end up in the end zone.
And I love your last point. Ended up in the end zone. Because a lot of teams like those long drives, especially to keep their offense off the field, right? Keep the ball away from them. But they finished it with a touchdown. That's the exclamation point. Now flip it over defensively. They've got to slow that down somehow, right? Maybe they need to be a little more aggressive. Maybe a few more pressures towards the quarterback.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Roberts on the return. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Bills make their way out, led by their 3rd-year quarterback from Wyoming. At 24 years of age, it's Josh Allen.
And I thought in last week's game, he found a way to win like a good pitcher without his best stuff. I mean, he did throw 2 interceptions, offset by 1 touchdown pass. Not the ratio, not the numbers you're really looking for as a QB. But finding a way to win, that's all that really matters.
The pass to Brown as he hauls it in. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
It's the end of the first quarter with the score Rams 7, Bills 0.
First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. Flush to his right. And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away and it's 2nd down. He finds Smith out of the backfield, and he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 11 yards there, first down.
49-yard line.
And again, it's Allen. Steps away to his left. And incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, 2nd down.
Intended for Cole Beasley. It's now 2nd and 10.
To throw again. Allen buying time to his left. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. A gain of 13. It's a first down. Bills.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, it was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
The UCLA product, Kenny Young, had the tackle.
No gain on the play.
Throwing on 2nd down. Allen eluding the pressure right. He's got the connection to Cole Beasley. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 22-yard line. 14 yards, and the Bills will get a new set of downs. Allen's throw is complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Right back to him for 10 more and a first. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Allen going to give this one to Singletary. And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
From the gun, Allen. They'll roll him, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Cole Beasley, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Bills are an extra point away from tying the football game. That's an old-fashioned death march there, partner. Took them a lot of plays, but hey, they did the job.
And the defense always preaches getting off the field, making a play, and turning it back over to their own offense. Unable to do so. A long, sustained drive by the offense.
Point after, right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. On the return, it's Simba Webster. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
The Rams take over 1st and 10.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. After the long touchdown drive we just saw, you wonder if maybe that's taken a little of the wind out of this offensive sails because they had it going pretty good last time too.
Had to sit over there for a little while, didn't they? You know, they were eager, amped up to get back on the field after just scoring, hoping to get the ball back quickly. That didn't happen, so I'd say come out, just kind of get started again. You know, it doesn't have to be anything dramatic. Just get moving, get loose again, and see if they can get it downfield.
Here's a first down throw that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
It's a gain of 20.
That one good for 20 on the catch and run. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Connection made here. Goff to Higbee. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
Up into the last 5 weeks of the 2019 season, if you had said, who is
touchdown LA? Josh Reynolds, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Rams have taken the lead. And a nice job by him to catch the slant and then navigate and break free.
And receivers love slant routes because it gets the ball in their hands so quickly and oftentimes on the move. And when they're on the move like that, then they get to use their best asset, which is usually their speed.
And their speed sometimes, like this instance, can take them into the end zone. Gay is on for the point after. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. Just a 4-play drive that time. And the result for the Rams, a touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah, why
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do it.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. So after the sack, Allen and the Bills with work to do on 3rd and long. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. Flushed out right. And that will be incomplete.
Allen on the keeper.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them. And I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
The danger of a punt that good, a 16-yard return. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. So good field position for the Rams as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. Out of the gun, Goff gets this into the hands of the tight end Higbee. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Looking to throw again on second down. Goff. That's complete to his tight end, Higbee. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line.
Brings up
an extra defensive back here for the Bills on third down. A shotgun snap for Goff. They'll throw complete to Cam Akers. And he is going to have a Rams first down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on third down and 5. Now a first down throw. Goff. Looking underneath, he's got Akers. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. So first and 10 now from the 30. And we will skip the highlight show this week. Get right back to this Week 3 matchup.
14, Bills 7.
The Bills trail here, but they will get the football first as we are back underway on EA Sports.
Defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys are tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. Singletary again. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. 1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. That's caught by his tight end, Dawson Knox. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Brings up second.
And they'll employ the jumbo set now on 2nd and 1. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
6-yard line.
Forced out to his left. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. Josh Allen, very athletic at 6'5", showing the versatility, picking up the first on the scramble.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. A gain of 8 there on the 8th play of the drive.
At the 30-yard.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Allen. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line.
Good.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
They go play action here on first down. Rolling to his right. His throw incomplete. Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down.
Incomplete.
Throwing again. Allen. It's Knox, the tight end, making the catch. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15.
That's good.
It'll be a 2-yard gain, and this long drive is going to continue as they move the chains again. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Out to his left. That's complete right around the 8. And the Bills are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line. The Bills passing game, getting them down the field. They've got another first down.
1st and goal at the 4-yard line.
He'll buy some time right. And this is caught for a Bills touchdown. It's the fullback. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bills are an extra point away from tying the football game. And he shows some mobility there, getting outside the tackles, moving to the right, making a nice play.
He had the whole field in front of him and was able to actually throw it about where he was looking, right? He said he moved to the right, had his vision there, and put a nice pass into the end zone for a touchdown.
And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. That one was an extended drive, 14 plays all told. And it culminates in a Bills touchdown. Nothing separating these two teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here. Pulls it in at the 13. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
First and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And their lead has evaporated in this third quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. Open man is Higbee, the tight end. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. It's a jet sweep, the football to Woods. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. 13-yard gain yet again, just like last play. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Going to run the sweep here. This is Cup. Oh, no, he lost the football. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line.
On the play. Recovered.
Well, so much for the 4-minute offense. They were trying to reduce the clock, get in position to win the game, and leave no time for them to come back and catch them. And guess what? They turned the ball over. Yeah, I mean, they had it all set up for themselves, and they let it get away.
Fumble on 1st down now. Here's 2nd down. Gone. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
1st down, Los Angeles.
Goff now looking to throw. That's taken in, complete to Reynolds. And he gets it down to the 32. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the Bills' 32-yard line.
Now it's gone. That'll be caught by Cup. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
To Cooper Cup. A 3-yard pickup. And it's 3rd down.
Throwing again is gone. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36.
And it's 4th down.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz call and you still cover the screen, now that allows your blitzers to get there.
No good. The score remains tied.
What a tough spot to miss a kick, just an absolute letdown.
Look, they got themselves in the field goal range, gave them a chance to take the lead, they come up empty, and now you wonder, will their offense ever see the football again?
Yeah, because on the other side, one through the post, and this thing could be over. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. And some nice running, going to get him down close to a 1st down at the Rams' 44. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. Finding Knox there, complete. All tied up, less than 2 minutes to go. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On the move to his left. On the left side, he finds Beasley. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. 15 yards on the play, 1st down. Very sharp here to start this drive, 3 for 3.
Yeah, I like the way he's running this 2-minute drill. Very sharp, very precise in throwing the football.
A little second effort there on the strong run. And then drop just inside of the 20. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. They go right back to Singletary. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. To throw is Allen. Dancing to his left. This is caught. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Dawson Knox, his second touchdown on the season. And the Bills have broken the tie.
Hey, that score deserves our respect, deserves our excitement. But I'm looking at the clock, and I'm thinking, there's a long way to go in this one.
Ideally, they would have liked to milk a little bit more time off. Now on the other sideline, you start to get the crew together and say, this is what we practiced the 2-minute drill for, right?
Yeah, you hope you've been in that situation before, and if you haven't, you just have the confidence, hey, let's go down there and get this thing done. But, boy, that's a big score right there to give them the advantage.
14.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. On the return comes Webster. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
The Rams take over 1st and 10. At their own
set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Well, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. The Rams going to be forced to use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. He's back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And this is taken in at the 5. And he's across for the touchdown, and it's likely the game winner here in the closing stages.
The receivers have been running them ragged, maybe some tired legs in the secondary, maybe some tired legs in the pass rush. Didn't get to him, and look what resulted. A touchdown, tie game. They've got a chance to take the lead.
Here's Gay now to add the extra point. And we may very well be headed to overtime. The drive summary, 4 plays, 75 yards. And the touchdown and PAT mean we are tied here in the final minute of play. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They'd like to avoid overtime here, so maybe they can work the sidelines, but then defensively, how do they adjust to that if they do work the sideline?
It's the old leverage game, and we usually talk about leverage at the line of scrimmage, right? Who's going to win with the low blocking and everything that goes along with that. But in this case, you're trying as a defender to leverage them towards the middle of the field, not let them get to the sidelines and try and tackle them in bounds in order to run the clock out.
Chess match here late. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
On the return comes Webster. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Rams take over 1st and 10. At their own 26-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
As we said, they control their own destiny now. It's 3rd and 4. Big play here, trying to keep this opening drive of overtime alive. From the gun, here's Goff. And this is going to be incomplete. The temptation to go for it probably there. Always is, especially in overtime. Got to punt it, though.
I think you're right. I think that you absolutely have to punt it away and trust your defense, especially play a little field position here. But you're so right about the temptation. Another way to satisfy that, though, line up in punt formation and fake it. That's another way to get it done.
Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. From the gun, it's Allen, escaping the pressure right. He'll try and run it. Opted to run for it. The decision, a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
What can Allen do now with his drive? Firing quickly here, and that's complete. A gain of 6 there on first. I don't want to overhype it, but this is a big early season game, especially an overtime win. That could give you a big boost going forward in the season.
It certainly can, and I don't think you're overhyping it because cliches go out the window when you start to play overtime. And you're right, the winner of this game now, that's an extra boost moving forward. And it actually is an extra hurt for the team that loses because normally you shake it off, but in this situation, it lingers a little bit longer.
10 at the 46-yard line.
Throwing on first down is Allen. Over the middle to Smith. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 12 yards that time and a Bills first down. So the shotgun snap to Allen. Flush to his right. And he's going to keep it here. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
At the 34-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup. Brings up second.
On second down now. Singletary. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
Singletary. That's good.
And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settle it because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. I know the defensive guys poking, clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. To throw again. Allen eluding the pressure right. He hits Beasley right side. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. 3rd and inches, and they've got some extra beef up front. 3 tight ends. Now a run with Singletary. And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6.
That's good.
It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal. And the Bills are going to have a 1st and goal. It's some good running there. Gets him down to about the 2-yard line. Knock it on the door. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal. And he pushes forward, but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1. Now the timeout comes here in the waning seconds of this overtime as we could be set up at long last for a potential game winner. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming from the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. And he got it. The kick is good. In overtime, he's able to split the uprights. 24. Well, we thought this game would be a good one. It did not disappoint into overtime, and it took the field goal to win it.
And we always pay lip service to how important it is to play defense. And usually we focus on the big offensive pyrotechnics, right? But in this case, they got the ball back on defense, gave themselves a chance, and they capitalized on it with a victory.
And I don't care what distance that field goes from in overtime. The knees are always knocking, but he pushed it through.
Not only that, think about your snapper, your holder. A lot of nerves for them, too, because they have to do their job in order to give him one last chance to put a foot to it.
So for the Bills, It's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they will hit the road next week. Meanwhile, for L.A., they suffered defeat for the first time